Hi everyone, this is my week 3 overview video for English 200. I'm going to scroll down here and open up our week 3 module. So this week we are going to focus on the writing process and composing strong body paragraphs. This graphic here, you'll see kind of a representation of the writing process. The reason why there are all these arrows, pointing in between everything, is the writing process isn't linear, so it's not a straight line. Often you'll start at one place, maybe with maybe some research or maybe you're brainstorming, and you do that for a little bit. And then you might decide that you actually need to go back and, change your topic or change your research question. And then you'll keep working a little bit, and maybe you'll get to the point where you're ready to start like doing some different brainstorming activities, maybe even working on the organization of your essay. And then from there, let's say you've written your outline, you're getting ready to start drafting, and you realize, oh, I actually need to go back and do a little bit more research. So we'll kind of circle back a little bit. Maybe then you keep working, you start working on your draft and realize, oh, I actually want to adjust some part of my outline. So we'll go back to that. So the writing process is what we call recursive, meaning that it curves back on itself. It's a process where you often repeat the steps and can even jump around to different steps at different times. But in general, the writing process includes these things. So pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, and publication. Down here, we'll see an example of a strong body paragraph. This is kind of a neat example because it is not only an example of a strong body paragraph, but the paragraph itself talks about what it means to be a strong body paragraph. So reading through this will give you a really solid example of what instructors are looking for when they ask you to write a body paragraph. Let's see here. If you haven't taken an English class in a while, you might think back to harried nights before papers were due, frantically hammering out your one and only draft. Some of us even think we work best that way. I know that I don't. I do not work super well under that kind of pressure. If you feel like you do work best that way, I won't try to change your mind. But studies have shown that there's a method to getting our best writing out to the world. We call that the writing process. You'll learn about each step in detail this week through our how would you say this? Venn-gauge graph, which is what I showed you up here. I'm actually, I've never pronounced that word out loud before. As well as through chapter 2 of your textbook, which we'll interact with in the McGraw-Hill modules for this week. You will be using this writing process for all English classes at Hondros. It's our hope that you will continue writing long after you leave our online class, and that this method and process gets ingrained in you. It is truly the most effective way to produce your best work. We then begin our study of college writing with the body paragraph. We will work toward a full and concrete understanding of what makes a good, strong body paragraph through our paragraph development PowerPoint and quiz. Finally, in the weekly discussion forum, you will demonstrate your knowledge by creating a strong body paragraph of your own. Here you'll see our 3 objectives for this week: identify the steps and stages of a healthy writing process, recognize criteria for effective body paragraphs, and demonstrate knowledge of crafting a strong body paragraph. We're moving on to our readings and resources here. So we have a video about paragraph development. And this video goes over this PowerPoint paragraph development. So essentially, these are the same resource. Just if you want to hear someone talk you through the PowerPoint slides, I would watch this video. Sometimes hearing someone explain something instead of just reading it is a good way to make sure that you're processing the information. We also have a video here on a healthy writing process. Now we're moving on to the activities and assessments for this week. First up, we have the Week 3 McGraw-Hill Connect module. This one is, there's a few different concepts that are being covered here. Let me click on the McGraw-Hill environment and we'll see a list of those things. So week 3 here, this is covering chapter 3, the writing process, which entails things like editing, revising, brainstorming, publication, etc. As per usual, the McGraw-Hill Connect module is due by 11:55 p.m. on Sunday. I can accept those up to 2 days late. So Tuesday at 11:55 p.m. is the last day that you can submit that module for partial credit. Then you're going to be working on the discussion board post. Your initial post, as per always, is due by 11:55 p.m. on Thursday of week 3. Your reply posts are due on Sunday. In your initial post, you're going to be writing a strong body paragraph. Let me make my image here a little bit smaller so it's not blocking as much of the screen. Okay, there we go. That should be a little bit easier to see. And let me also maybe make this just a tad smaller. Okay. So your initial post is worth 8 points. You really shouldn't start this assignment until you've watched that video on paragraph development. That'll give you all the information you need in order to write a good paragraph. Your prompt for this week is to answer this question. Whom would you consider to be a hero and why? Remember, you only need to write one paragraph for this assignment. You're not actually writing a whole essay. And in fact, what you're doing is you're kind of pretending as if you are writing a paragraph in an essay. So it's not just like a standalone paragraph. You're pretending as if this is one out of many paragraphs you would include in an essay about who your hero is. It's recommended that you limit your reasons to only 2 or 3 and give plenty of support as to why. So one way that people often lose points in this assignment is they'll try to list every single reason why they consider someone to be their hero. But remember, this is one paragraph of many. So in an essay, probably each body paragraph would only really talk about 1, maybe 2 reasons for why that person is your hero. You wouldn't try to cram everything you know about that person into one paragraph. So my recommendation is actually to limit your paragraph to maybe just a single reason why that person is your hero, and then maybe break that down into, different supporting reasons. Like let's say your hero is your mom because she did a good job of providing for you. So your paragraph would focus on that. My mother is my hero because she did a good job of providing for me. And then you might break that down into like sub reasons. So she provided for me because, she cooked meals, she helped pay the bills, and she made sure that I got to activities on time. So that way you're producing a very coherent, very cohesive paragraph that's going to feel focused instead of feeling like it's kind of all over the place. We have a student sample here of what a strong body paragraph looks like. We have our topic sentence in red. The topic sentence identifies what the paragraph is going to be about or what the point of the paragraph is. We have 2 different reasons that are being included in this paragraph. So the point is my grandfather was a hero in my eyes and in the eyes of all my family. That is being supported by 2 reasons. First, he was extremely positive and strong. The second reason, he was also very mindful and intentional. That is then supported by specific examples in the paragraph, and then we end our paragraph with a concluding sentence. A concluding sentence will often kind of summarize the point. It'll bring things to a close, and a lot of times will help transition into the next paragraph. So our concluding sentence here: his strength, positivity, and sense of purpose till the very end were truly heroic, and we are all the richer for having had him in our lives. Here's kind of a breakdown of the different elements of a strong body paragraph. So you're going to want to check to make sure that your paragraph has direction, unity, coherence, and support. I'm not going to go into these concepts a whole lot, if any, right now, because that's what the video is for. The video talks in a lot of depth about these things and provides some nice examples. After you've watched the video, if you still have questions, you're not really sure what these concepts mean, let me know and I can follow up with you. So that's your initial posts. Your reply posts, you are responding to at least two of your classmates. Remember that your replies need to be at least 100 words. Your initial post needs to be at least 250 words. In your reply posts, we give some suggestions here for how you might respond. So you may wish to comment on the content of your classmates' hero paragraphs. Did the hero they wrote about strike a chord with you? How so? Let's see, what does the world need now? Does this person bring that quality to the world? How might the world be better with more people like this in it? So on and so forth. You may also wish to comment on the paragraph itself. So did they do a good job of writing a strong paragraph? Are they following the concept of direction, unity, coherence, and support? And then you're going to have a quiz this week as well. This is due by 11:55 p.m. on Sunday. You can take this quiz up to 2 days late. So the last day that you can take it is 11:55 p.m. on Tuesday. You can also take this quiz as many times as you want to earn a higher score. So if you take it once and you don't like the score that you get, you're absolutely welcome to take it again. And that is all for this week. I'm going to send out an announcement that includes some due dates as well as the weekly to-do list slash checklist. If you have any questions for me, you need help with anything, just let me know. I'm also happy to set up a time to talk on the phone with you or do a Zoom meeting if you would prefer that to communicating over email.